Hello tacticians, it's Nox here, and today we're going to be looking at how I have done Arjac's quest. And I've done it fairly well, I'd like to think. Haven't got the maximum, but I've done fairly well. And this is a quest where you are going to need the characters I show, probably some even better ones, or you're not going to get the maximum. I have been requested in previous ones to try and keep newer players in mind. Unfortunately, this particular event is not for you. And to be honest, if you just look at the crate contents, yes, there you do have the XP book and some nice badges in there, but it's really not the be-all and end-all. I would really focus on getting the 3 medals in every one that you can, rather than getting the maximum score, because that is what's going to get you the gear that you need to gear up your toons. In the future, if I can use different characters, I will, but this had an interesting set of restrictions. Before I go into how I did it, I'd like to say thank you to Prot40k, Theocrat, Player7656, Rochunda and Rapture for using my friend code in their games. It really is appreciated. Thank you very much. Now, let's see how I did all of these. On Common 1, I've got this set up. The idea is we're going to push forward. We're going to kill Gibber Scraps in the very first turn, and as the goblins can only move forward one step at a time, we should be fine. So as you can see, I snipe Gibber Scraps and I move in Ulf to kill him off. Very important, you do kill him off in the first turn, otherwise he summons a tank. The goblins will move forward. Now, the issue here is you need something to kill that goblin and for the orc behind him to flee to be able to do this successfully. I snipe one, kill one with the Arjac, he moves forwards and summons, but this is an easy mop up. So here the first thing you do is with Vara you'll be using the active to kill off all the goblins. We'll be killing the orcs on the right hand side with Burchard, and again we'll be trying to mop them up as quickly as possible. There's Vara's active, killing off all the goblins. Use the assault grenade things with Burchard to kill off those two. I wasn't lucky enough to kill off them both, so I'm just going to finish them off now. And I teleport Arjac here up to the top. Now here they do tend to attack the summoned unit, so we're quite lucky there. And now I spent a few rounds trying to kill everything off. I didn't do a great job here, but I did manage to do it eventually. Mainly because I kept on focusing on the summoned unit. Uncommon 3. This one is incredibly difficult. If you have Marnius Kalgar, I'd probably put him in instead of Arjac, because this initial phase, if you don't have Marnius Kalgar, is very reliant on crits. The idea is you kill off the tank on that side. You need to kill the orc, because otherwise he'll throw a grenade. And you also kill off this tank. Now I didn't kill this tank, but again, they focus on the summons. As long as you're lucky enough for none of your troops to take damage in this one, in that first turn, then the rest of this should be a fairly easy mop up. But it's that initial turn which is really critical. Here I should have really put Bellator next to his mate, so he would have then shot at the other Gretchen, but never mind. And again, this is another one that requires a fair bit of RNG, but you need to take in a heavy hitter such as Ulf, and Ulf is great here because of the summons from the grots, and obviously the healer you will need, as he will take damage. And I focused on that middle one to try and trigger at least one flea, and I got very lucky there because it triggered 3. But as you can see, in come the grots and Ulf just kills them one off the other. This is why Ulf is probably needed for this level, and I heal both characters at this point. So again, I got lucky with a flea there, but quite easy to clear up. Here on Uncommon 2, the main idea is try and keep your guys as healthy as possible. It gets a bit messy on this one, I will admit. I got lucky at the very first turn where Arjac actually does a block, and if he didn't, I would have needed to put incisors next to him to obviously heal him of the damage he took. But here I'm checking where they can all go, and I try and move them forward appropriately. And there's that lucky block from Arjac. If that had actually caused damage, there could have been an issue with actually clearing this with 100%. And again, you need to kill the boss as quickly as you can so he doesn't summon in any grots. I mean, you probably could get away with it with Ulf, because he would kill them if they're in base contact with him. But the important bit is that you try and take them down as quickly as possible so that doesn't occur. And obviously with incisors here, I need to make sure that my characters are all as healthy as possible. This is me going around checking what their health are. So I heal everyone. Send Ulf at the top. And throw a hammer at the tank to finish it off. Now if there'd been one more turn, then I'd have had to heal up Varro, and then it should have been fine. On Uncommon 3, again, it's a bit of a game of making sure you can heal everyone because you are going to take damage. The other trick is to make sure that the boss here doesn't summon any Gretchen, because the more Gretchen that are around, it just gets harder and harder to pick them all off. But of course, with Bellator summoning in, they normally attack the summoned units. So here I am just trying to kill the boss slowly and steadily, and getting rid of anything that can summon other units. So it didn't quite kill the tank, which is a shame. And I'm just spent this turn healing up Arjac there. Now you'll notice that I'll go around again, making sure everyone's on maximum health, and trying to find out who I need to heal this turn so I can actually do this as 100%. And I move incisors down first so I can move the other characters next to him to then do the heal, which then heals everyone up to max, thankfully, and then I finish the level. On quite a few of these, it's very important to leave that heal from incisors for last. And this is another one where you need to make sure you can heal with incisors on the last turn. So Ulf goes one way, and incisors joins him to again get rid of the boss, one of the bosses, so he doesn't summon a tank. Arjac goes the other way to, well, do what he does best and soak up some damage. Ulf goes up the top because he can walk over the ice, and incisors goes down so that he can step on the ice and then heal up Arjac and himself. And here, because I haven't used the mass heal on everyone yet, I can put them all together, heal everyone, and finish the job. And here we go again. The same 3 characters are doing the same sort of thing. I'm trying to move up, kill as many characters as I can, and be prepared to do basically the heals on whoever needs it the most, saving the mass heal for the last turn. Got lucky with a flea there. It always does help. So I heal up inside himself. And here I move Ulf above Arjac. The reason being is I haven't been able to stop this guy from using his ability with the hammer, so he's going to charge through 2 of my units. Now I'm hoping it's going to be Ulf and Arjac here, and I get lucky. I mean, obviously it would have been luckier to actually... Oh, I do. I forgot that he actually got killed as he was about to charge through. But Ulf is still damaged, as is Arjac. So here I use the mass heal to heal everyone, and we can finish this off. Slight change in the lineup here. Although it would have been nice if I actually killed that grot, but thankfully he didn't summon anyone else. And there's the charge I was talking about. And you've got to kill him. He does actually do quite a bit of damage, so you need to make sure you mitigate it on as many people as possible. And I got lucky with a flea there. I will admit I got very lucky on this level. And there's my mass heal at the end of the turn. Now, I don't actually attack, because here I'm hoping he's going to attack Arjac instead of Arjac, which he does, which gives me another turn to heal. And then finish him off. So first things first, Arjac goes up to throw the hammer to stop the enemy boss doing his charge through, hurting everyone. Arjac goes in to do his attacking thing, and we call in the reserves with Bellator. So here I actually use my mass heal early because both are fairly damaged. I'm hoping to keep on top of it by the end. So I managed to kill him there. Here I'll take care of the grot near Bellator. Now, as you can see, I got lucky at the top there. The other grot fled, and I can just keep on top of the damage now. And again, because the AI seems to like attacking the summons, I managed to get off lightly here. And there I am going around just checking everyone's on full health and finishing off. This is another level which would probably benefit from having Marnius Calgar if you haven't. There's a lot of creatures here to kill, and the more AoE that you have, probably the better. So I've put Arjac on the left there so he can use his grappling hook to get down and start getting everyone together. So there's the charge from Tank Smasher, and Arjac says, "Thank you very much, I'll chop you up." And I do a 1 heal on Vara there to top him up, and carry on killing the orcs. Because the orcs have got grenades which can actually affect everyone, so you don't want that happening too often. On the flip side, the tanks do a lot of damage to a single target, which sometimes can get away from you. So you have to decide what to do at the time. Personally, I've focused on the orcs. I don't actually heal here. And now I do my AoE heal to heal the 3. Oh, the 4, including Ulf. And then safely be able to finish off the level. With this level, I ended up bringing up Burchard's active ability, the Fragstorm, to level 33 to be able to do this properly. So I go in, kill one of the orcs with Arjac and punch the other one down. Bit of a lucky crit there, I will admit. But you need to keep Incisors safely away from the Snapper Wrecker at the top, because then he'll shoot at Arjac, who can then heal. If you put him one step up, he'll shoot at Incisors, which will then ruin your run. And then we just do the one Fragstorm, kills everything, job done. The one thing that you need to watch out with Tank Smasher is don't leave him for last unless you are at a distance. You have to remember, he explodes. I forgot numerous times when I was doing this. As long as you can deal with the healing that happens that you need to do afterwards, that's fine, but ideally you need to do it before he is the last one left. So again, Fragstorm Grenade, killing a bunch of Gretchen, killing a bunch of Grot and the tank. And then always summon, because the summons tend to get targeted. And we'll move Arjac up, and Incisors try and put him in a safer position. As you can see, they focus on the summons until he kills it. There's the explosion, and Arjac was quite lucky there. I think he blocked it. But you don't want to have that happening at the very last turn, which would then damage you, which means you won't get a perfect run. And again, I've saved that mass heal for the last thing I do with Incisors before anything else happens. Oh, I only need to do the normal heal here. I did have times when I need to do the mass heal. Again, checking everyone's healed up. And mop up. This one I've not yet been able to do. I get very, very close. I have got very close a number of times, but I think I haven't quite got the best characters needed. And you've got to bear in mind, this is a level where you can't use bolters. I actually think if you've got Sarquil, the newest character, and you've got him leveled up to preferably Silver 2 or 3, this would be possible using him instead of Tajarc, mainly because his plasma damage does much better than Tajarc's knife. But let's see how I do this. So here I move Varro up to take care of the first 2 Grots. Ulf goes all the way up. Follow up with Incisors. And send Arjac to use his hammer. Now, if you don't use his hammer, the Snapper Wrecker will end up charging into someone and will choose the weakest target, which tends to kill them if it's someone like Incisors or Varro for me. Use Varro's active here to do some damage to everyone. I would have been happier if I got the crit off to destroy Snapper Wrecker there, but unfortunately I didn't. And then I decided to move back. I think I probably would have been better to move up to actually attack Snapper Wrecker and destroy it. But Ulf does it as his passive kicks in when Snapperaka was about to charge, so maybe I knew more then than I remembered now. I heal everyone up as much as I can. I'm on the last turn, I think. No, I've got one more turn, so I move everyone around Incisors, take one more piece of damage from the tank, then use Incisors' heal to heal everyone up as much as possible. As you can see, there's still some black lines, and then finish it off. And that was the best that I managed to do on this level so far. 495 points, which is pretty good, just not good enough. And finally, the Legendary. And again, this is where I think I need to level up some of my characters even more to do this with 100%. But have to deal with what I've got. So the idea is you want Golgorts to charge into Arjac. Arjac can quite happily take it, and because he's on the barbed wire there, Arjac can actually hit him and kill him in one shot, which is what you want. Now, I probably should have taken a bit more time to heal people up, but with only 2 turns left, I've not got enough time to heal them all, and so I end it there. And that was the first time I was actually get everyone to survive, thanks to a lucky res from Incisors on Varro. And I hope these have been of some help for you. And if you have any questions for me with either this video or other things that you want to know about Tacticus, please leave a comment in the message box below. And if you or your guild are looking for a new home, please feel free to reach out to any of the guilds shown. We are always welcoming new people into our midst. And finally, if you do find these videos helpful, consider using my friend code in your game. As always, as I say at the beginning of the video, it does help. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.